Am I by myself? I'm gonna just check right now. Hello, hello, how are we all today? Please excuse the beautiful little friend that I've got there. How are we? I hope you're all well. Welcome along to today's training. This is super, super exciting. Something that everyone experiences at some point or another. I can tell you that I experienced this today. The only difference is I already have the information that you're about to have, and so therefore I can act upon it before you are able to at the moment. This camera seems scarily, it seems like it's working very well. You can see all of the fact that I didn't put any makeup on, so I do apologise about that. How are we? I'm just going to hang around for another minute, just to give a chance for those people to jump on, because I know a couple of people said that they were attending, and a couple of people mentioned to me that they would like to come along. So let's just hold off for one more moment and see if anyone pops on. If you're watching live, please pop in and say live. If you're watching on the replay, please pop in #replay. The only reason why I ask you to do this, folks, is for me, quite essentially. No, it's so I am able to properly assess exactly what's going on with the material in the group, to see who is utilizing it. And I've just realized that I didn't have my headphones on the whole time, so the sound's going to change a little bit up to now, so hopefully that is a little bit better for you. Apologies about that. So if you're watching live, please type hello so I know you're there, because I don't know if anyone's watching, to be honest with you. If you're watching on replay, type in #replay. Either way, it's lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for coming by. And this one is all about cravings. What's a craving? Let's start. So a craving is that desire, that need, that urgency to have something in your life, in your environment, around you, or to be fed to you. It can be experience, it can be a person, and it can be food, it can be drinks, it can be a substance. And it's that desire, that sudden need to have it straight away. But where do these come from? Well, first of all, cravings can sabotage your weight loss journey massively, because you get that urge and that desire to have something, and usually it is something unhealthy. Okay, I'll explain why soon. But usually it is something that is not productive and doesn't help you achieve your goals. It doesn't help you get to where you want to be. Again, I'll explain why. But it really does play havoc on you being able to reach your goals, and therefore makes weight loss seem almost impossible. Have you ever tried, or are you trying to be plant-based but you crave meat, or you crave cheese, or you crave dairy? You tried to lose weight, but you crave sugar, you crave carbs. Perhaps you crave chocolate, or you crave bread or pasta. Okay, these are normal things to crave. It's not just you. It certainly isn't just you. Sorry, my camera's quite wonky. Yeah, it's certainly not just you, but it could be your body telling you that there's something that needs to be acknowledged. Maybe something needs to be balanced out. And that's okay, because we are going to work on exactly how to do that today. So, if you're looking for weight loss, cravings can be a right pain in the ass, because they can make you overeat, because you have this desire, this need, this burning need to have this food that's unhealthy. But this is normal. This is a normal part of weight loss because of two things. Okay, generally cravings are split into two, really, as far as I look at it. It could be a nutritional craving, and it can be an emotional craving. And you might think, what the hell is an emotional craving? Maybe what the hell is a nutritional craving? I know what a nutritional craving is in the terms of, I know that I want chocolate, and I will do anything in my path to have that chocolate. But a craving can be split into two. in my opinion and in my coaching programs and my coaching experience, it has pretty much been a divide. So, a nutritional imbalance. Maybe you possibly have a deficiency. Maybe you have inflammation, which tells you that you're possibly eating too much. You could then be craving a food to balance that out, to heal your body. So, what you eat is what you crave. So, what do I mean by that? Now, if there is something that you crave that is unhealthy and detrimental to your goals, then there could be a particular reason for this. When you give up foods such as sugar and carbs, sugar is a carb really, but when you give up food such as sweets or carbohydrates, starchy carbohydrates, or meat or cheese, your gut hasn't had time to catch up yet. Your gut doesn't necessarily know we're quitting these. So, what happens? Well, in the good gut bacteria, your microbiome, the bacteria are still desiring, they're still requiring or needing that food. Now, there's pretty much a bacteria for every different thing that you eat. And they want to survive, right? They don't want to die. And the only way to survive is to feed it with that food that they want. So if you eat meat or cheese or dairy, there's gut bacteria that you have in your belly that wants meat or cheese or dairy. And in order for it to survive, it needs to keep feeding off that. If you don't eat something like broccoli, just pluck that out of thin air. If you don't eat something like broccoli, your stomach might not be used to it, so you don't crave it. Okay? I can tell you, I crave vegetables, and I know quite a lot of people that crave vegetables as well, especially if we go away on a festival, for example. I went to Camp Wildfire, which was really awesome. It was an active festival, but the food wasn't that healthy, and after a while, my brain was craving vegetables, but that was most likely because my gut was telling me we're starting to lag here. We need some vegetables. My broccoli bacteria was saying I need some more of that. So there's a possibility that your gut hasn't quite caught up yet with the fact that you're giving things up. So if you're going plant-based, it might be quite difficult to give up meat and cheese, and there is a particular reason for this, because your gut bacteria requires it. And they will do whatever they bloody can to stay alive. They will tell your brain, they will communicate, they will make you crave these foods. So it makes it really difficult to shed these foods that aren't in alignment with your goals or where you want to be. So how do we get rid of this? Do we just feed it? Well, no, because that's going to keep perpetuating the craving. That's going to keep the habit of having a craving and fulfilling it. And it's going to keep the gut bacteria alive. So it's going to keep making you crave that food. So I know it's easier said than done, but the best way to get rid of it is to push past it if the craving is due to this reason. If it is something that you've suddenly given up for health reasons, most likely it's a healthy thing to do because you're giving up the unhealthy foods. So try and push past it. Give yourself a 24-hour window. If you're craving meat, say, okay, I'll have meat in 24 hours. And allow yourself that later. Giving that huge break allows your brain and your gut to disconnect and think about something else. It literally is a distraction. But the problem is, if you say, okay, I'll give it 5 minutes, that's not long enough to disconnect, and your brain then is triggered and is still triggered by that craving being satisfied. So that will never eventually lead to getting rid of the craving. You need to make that time long enough, okay? Push past it as much as you can. Feed the good bacteria and starve the bad bacteria. And in this sense, again, the bad bacteria is just the bacteria that feed off of the foods that aren't in alignment with your goals right now. So that could be the bacteria that feeds off of the meat, the cheese, the dairy, the sugar. I was going to say the carbohydrates then, however, carbohydrates are pretty much essential for the diet, so please don't give them up or starve yourself of carbohydrates. So learn to push past it. After a few days, these gut bacteria will die off. They are probably one of the most fastest regenerating things in your body. And after a few days, they will die off, creating that weaker pull, that weaker urgency to satisfy that craving. So why do cravings kind of ebb out after time? Because your gut bacteria is dying off slowly and therefore requiring less of that, or playing with your brain to make you eat more. A craving nutritionally can also mean an imbalance. So, for example, if you're low in energy, and I don't know if you remember, but I said even I suffer with cravings, this has happened today. I woke up quite tired. I am not entirely sure why I woke up so tired today. However, it took me about half an hour to wake up. Bear in mind that my alarm does go off at 3:45 in the morning. Don't ask. It does go off at 3:45 in the morning. So my eyes were pretty bloodshot for about half an hour. So I have been quite tired all day. There's probably a reason to it that I haven't quite realised. And maybe I'll have a little talk with myself and figure that out. But today I've been pretty low on energy. And that's okay. These things happen. But it meant that my body was craving a pick-me-up. It meant that my body was craving sweet foods. It needed energy. And your brain connects to the fastest thing that gives you energy, which for me today was sugar. So if you go, oh my God, I'm craving for some sugar, I'm craving a chocolate bar, oh, I can't think of anything else but that one chocolate bar, that Mars bar, that Snickers bar, that Kit Kat bar, whatever it is. Maybe you just have this unsatiable desire to grab that chocolate bar and take it down and not even have any remorse. There could be a possibility that you are deficient in something, and this time round today for me was energy. I was super low on energy, so my body was thinking of the first available thing that was going to provide me with energy in the terms of glucose, sugar, as quickly as possible. So one way that I overcame this, because I know that I can't go to sleep at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but I know that I can give myself a healthy pick-me-up. So I had some dates. With dates, they are packed full of nutrients, vitamins, fibre, and of course the sugar. So I was able to satisfy that craving, which is not necessarily a good thing because we want to get rid of cravings, but I knew that there was a void, a deficiency of energy for me to get through the next few hours of the day. So I had a healthier alternative. So if it is food related and you're able to pinpoint exactly what it is, you can always use food as a tool to heal yourself. So in this way, I needed some energy to pick me up. And this isn't just a general every morning I need energy, I need coffee to wake up. It's not that kind of energy. It's just a little bit of pick me up, healthy food packed with nutrients, packed with fibre. And I had some of those dates to keep me going, which is fantastic. If you're craving really, really sugary foods, having a couple of dates or an apple, maybe after about an hour of experiencing this tiredness, let's say, is a much more positive way of tackling a craving, as opposed to just grabbing some chocolate bars or grabbing a packet of biscuits. Or if you're craving salty foods, it would be best to satiate that with with a rice cake, for example, and peanut butter, or something that's got more nutrition in it than a packet of crisps. So you have two ways. You can pretty much wait it out and push past it, which is probably more beneficial, or you can learn to satiate the craving but in a healthy, productive way. This one would be more for deficiencies. Okay? For example, a deficiency could be the fact that you might be low in omega-3s. So you might be craving some particular foods, and one way to push past that is by satisfying that desire for something fatty, perhaps, for the omega-3s, for the omega-3s, or you can just sprinkle on some seeds, some walnuts to add in some omega-3s to your next meal. If that doesn't fix it, have a look and see if you are more deficient than just a sprinkle or something, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm quite tired today, so please let me know if this is making sense. If it is, if it isn't, please let me know. You might notice that I'm in a completely different place again today from the last couple of places. My Wi-Fi has been messing up massively, so I don't know where I'm going to be next week, but you know, it's like a surprise. Where is Bianca today? Okay, so that's one kind of avenue on cravings. There's another avenue on cravings that I would like to tackle today, which is emotional. So is something missing in your life? If you're craving foods, and perhaps it is throughout the day, perhaps it's in the morning, perhaps it's after lunch, and you know you've already eaten, so you know you're not hungry, but there's that hankering, there's that need, that desire to eat something. Or perhaps it's in the evening when you're watching Netflix, and again you're not hungry, but you're really craving something to eat. This is the time when you need to take a moment and say, hang on a minute, am I eating emotionally? Am I trying to satisfy an area of my life that has a bit of a space, a bit of a gap, a bit of a void? Look at your social life. Take a moment to assess your emotional being, your health, your relationships, your mental health, your finances. These are all key areas in your life which need to be assessed regularly, and I often do this with my clients at least once throughout the duration of a 12-week program. And we check in to see what areas of their life might be lacking, because often enough we will fulfill an area of our life that needs fulfilling with food, because our poor bodies and our poor brains doesn't quite know that is the problem. It hasn't picked up that it's the problem, but it also doesn't know how to fulfill it apart from with food. Food has created the neuropathways in your mind from a negative emotion to a positive emotion. That's perfectly normal. It's okay. It's the programming, it's the upbringing that we have, it's the experiences that we have along the way. So at one stage, for example, you might have been low, down, might have wanted to grab a packet of crisps. That triggers the sensations of feeling satiated, enjoying the fats, enjoying the saltiness, enjoying the texture. Suddenly your brain is triggered, it's stimulated, it's like, wow, this is amazing. But what's happened right there is that bag of crisps now represents that stimulation in your brain. And this can just happen on the go, somewhere, somewhen in your life. And from then on, as soon as you're feeling low, your body then craves a particular food to satisfy and to neutralize that negative emotion. Let me know if this is making sense in the comments, please. And say hi if you're there. I've just realised that I can't see the comments. Sorry, 1 second. I just realised that I can't see the comments. Oh, hello. Hi. Hey, Sarah. So I don't know when you wrote that, Sarah, but I've just seen now. Thank you. So, back to emotional. So, there are different areas of your life that I assess with my clients: social, emotional, health, environment, relationships, self-care, finances, career. These are all areas of your life that could be lacking, and it's okay that they're lacking. That's not the problem. It's just being able to connect the two. Okay, making sure that you are not fulfilling an area of your life that needs to be nourished, that needs to be fulfilled with food, because often it happens. So, like I said, this is something that I work with my clients with as well, and it's one way that we can eradicate cravings. So, how else can we get rid of this emotional connection, this emotional craving? I invite you, this might be difficult, but I invite you to sit with your emotions. Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? Sit with your emotions, because how many times have you felt something? Sadness, frustration, disappointment, guilt, shame. How many times have you felt them and sat with it for 10 minutes and understood it? Let it flow over you. Name it. Name the emotion and allow it to pass. I guarantee you 99.9% of you have never tried that before. It's an incredible way to learn about yourself, but also understand your emotional mindset without reaching for food. And this is an incredible tool to use, especially if you feel like you might binge a lot or a few times, or reach for foods without even realizing it. If you don't feel like you're in control of eating, take a moment, sit with an emotion, name it. Naming it is very, very important. You're able to put a name tag on it. You're able to understand it better if you can name it out loud. Sit with it, understand it, see where it feels, see where it comes up in your body, and then let it pass. This is an incredibly powerful tool to helping you satisfy your cravings. Okay, so what are the different styles of cravings? You could be possibly deficient in something. You could have just recently cut out a particular food. So your body is physically and chemically telling you that it needs to eat. It needs to eat this particular food that maybe you're giving up or you have given up. Or maybe it's telling you to eat a food to satisfy something else. Perhaps you are low on energy. Perhaps you are low on a particular nutrient, such as vitamin D, B12, omega-3s. These are all common things for people to be deficient in. Iron, for example. Perfect example for you wonderful women out there. We bleed once a month. That is a lot of blood, and in blood there's a lot of iron. Have you ever found yourself craving meat around your period? Perhaps for you it's before, perhaps during your bleed, perhaps it's after. That could be part of your body telling you that you need a little bit more iron. So it's really important to understand where these cravings are. Are they food related or are they emotionally related? Again, where is an area of your life that needs fulfilling, that needs nourishment? Is it a social part? Is it your health? Is it relationships? Is it your finances? Is it your home life? Do you not feel comfortable in your own home? Often, because we are not happy in an area of our life, emotionally, we are either neutral or in a negative mindset. And therefore, our brain is saying, oh wait, I need to balance this out again. I need to create some equilibrium back in my brain. Let's resort to food, because I know I've done it before. That has helped me before. It's really important to understand the two. And then also, if it is emotional, sit with the emotion. Take 10 minutes. Feel the guilt, feel the shame, feel the anger, feel the sadness, feel the frustration, feel the disappointment, whatever it is. Feel it, name it out loud, and let it pass. It's an incredible tool to use, and I really do invite you to use it. And if you do use it, please let me know. I would love to know if you've used it and how it felt. It'll be interesting. So, how else can we minimize cravings? We can eat something I like that's healthy and in alignment, like I mentioned to you today. I was craving sugar because I was low on energy. I knew that I wasn't going to be eating for a while, so having some sugar was not a problem. It wasn't to detriment to my goals, because I know that I have enough. I can eat plenty more food for the rest of the day, so a couple of dates wasn't going to throw my goals out of whack at all. So because of that, I had some dates. You could eat an apple, for example. If the idea of eating an apple or eating some dates, and if the idea of that just doesn't satisfy you, just doesn't get you anywhere, and you're going, Bianca, what the fuck am I going to eat an apple for? That's not going to do shit. Excuse the French, that all came out then. You know, that's not going to do anything. Then it's emotional. If you say, oh my God, I'm going to grab that apple, I'm going to grab those dates, I'm going to grab that rice cake for the carbohydrates, I'm going to grab, I don't know, that block of tofu, I'm going to grab that broccoli, whatever you're craving, and you go, yeah, I'm going to grab that, I'm going to try it, then it's probably food. If the idea of having that is just laughable, it's probably emotional. Does that make sense? Are you able to split that down the middle there? Let me know. So, if cravings are something that you struggle with, you have ever struggled with, intake for October coaching program, for my coaching program Regenerate 2.0, 2.0, Regenerate number 2, is open, and I have only 3 slots available for October intake because my September intake was massively high. And I only have 3 slots left for October. So we will take a deep dive into your cravings. We will unpack them. We will understand them. And I can finally help you overcome them in a way that works for you and your lifestyle. So whether you're a busy mum, whether you're a busy executive, or you just want to drop some weight in a comfortable way without feeling like you're battling food on a daily basis, reach out to me or comment below this training, and we can see if coaching together will help you achieve your goals. I would love to help you guys. I am here to help. That's what these trainings are for. I'm here to deliver as much value as possible. If you have anything you would like me to talk about or focus the training on, then please let me know, because I don't know how I can best support you without you telling me. So, thank you so much for coming to this training. I am here to help you lose weight sustainably and naturally just by changing what you eat on a daily basis and helping you understand cravings, stop the binge eat cycle, and adopt a healthy, nutritious, sustainable, plant-based diet along the way. So you can have a huge impact not only on your health, but your immunity, your length of your life, but also on the world too. Thank you so much for joining the training, folks. I wish you a beautiful evening. Have a gorgeous evening, and I'll see you in the next training. Bye. God, now's the time that I realise that I actually don't remember how to turn this off every single time. Every single time. Okay, I think I found it. Bye.